Hello, I'm Chris Ponte, and this is another Tradeblock haul. This week I only got 2 pairs in. Trading has been a little bit slow lately. Next week I think I'm gonna have a few more. This one is just a GR, but this one is a GRAIL. A GRAIL. So I am showing a lot of restraint. I got this 2 days ago and I still haven't opened it because I wanted to do it for the channel. So we'll start with this one first. Now, if this is the first time you've ever watched one of these videos, essentially I show you what I got, I tell you what I traded for, and then you can tell me how I did in the comments below. First one up. Oh, okay, that's the GRAIL. So the GR came in a smaller box, or a bigger box. Okay, putting this one to the side, a little tease, but I got excited. All right, let's open this GR up. So this is gonna be Air Jordan 1 High OG Marina Blue. Now personally, just from pictures and video, I think that this shoe is criminally underrated. It's very easy to acquire, barely over retail right now. Any Jordan 1 High that's solid black with just one other solid color is fire. It's fire. So I have a feeling that this should raise in value over time. Maybe not. I guess people just don't like the Marina blue tint to the color, I guess. I think it's fine. I think it's fire. But this is my first time having the shoe in hand. Man, number one again. Always number one. Number one, number one. City Gear in Louisiana. All right. Don't want to give that guy's personal info up, but cool. All right. So I can feel what some people are talking about as plasticky leather, kind of fakey plasticky leather, but it feels just like a Dunk. Any Dunk that releases, this is the same exact leather. So I don't really take issue with it. Though I could see if you are already upset, about the price hike on these. What was this? Was this 180? 170? Let me see. He got it for 150. He got it for 20 bucks off. Huh. Well, good for you. It was a 170. My box is actually doesn't have the suggested retail tab. That's interesting. Anyway, if you're already upset about the price hike for the Nike shoes, then you're probably going to be upset about something like this, where you spend $170 and you get $100 worth of composite leather quality. I don't bug out too much about that stuff. It is what it is. I don't expect anything to be mass produced like this GR Air Jordan 1 High to be like super high quality. But if that turns you off, then that is true. This is definitely plasticky. I will say though, it's not as stiff as the normal 550s. The New Balance 550 colorways that are just normal colorways that are not ALDs are stiff, man. They're stiff. I finally got one in. Show you right here. I've been wearing this for a week. Get it on camera. I've been wearing this for a week and it's just now finally starting to soften up. These things are stiff. So I actually think that this is more plasticky and harder to justify than this, but also this was cheaper. Yeah, and it's the same with the black composite leather. There's no tumbling, which is fine with me. You know, tumbling is just a PVC coating. It's kind of funny though, this quarter panel here is one of the smoothest quarter panels I've ever felt. It's this black composite leather is super plasticky, super cheap. It feels like vinyl. It feels like vinyl. But that's why we call it composite leather, because it's not all. There's not a lot of leather in here. A lot of times, it's just made up of glues and vinyl and other stuff. As far as quality control goes, it's very clean. I don't see any loose stitching. I don't see any visible glue stains. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a very, very clean shoe. The double stitching is very nice and neat here on the rand. Quality-wise, that way, craftsmanship-wise, it's good. I got a good pair. Since it's going for next to nothing, I'm contemplating either just holding it for a future trade, or if it just continues to not be popular, then just to wear it. I like it. I think it looks really cool. I don't wear a lot of my retails because of the channel, because I want to try to keep everything DS. You know, I even want to make sure that the lace bags are still attached. Where are they attached? How many lace bags? What do the bags look like? Where are the holes on the bags? All that kind of stuff I like to take special note of and try to record in my authentication guides. If you're interested in any of my authentication guides, there is a link in the description below. And essentially, I try to get as DS as possible. So that's why I keep them this way for future trades for the channel. But if this continues to just be a miss with a lot of people, if they're just not into it, it's fine with me. I'll just wear it. I love black color blocking with a solid color, like I said before, so I'm a big fan. All right, Air Jordan 1. Oh, let's do a UV check. You can see a little bit of glue going over the midsole joint, which is completely normal. Very clean. Nothing significant coming up. This box, that gave me a little bit of pause. Gonna take a look here, just because there's no suggested retail on it, which is the case here in the States. You can receive one that doesn't have the suggested retail. That's not something that's completely out of the ordinary. I know other people that it's happened to, but this is actually the first time that I've received one where it was purchased in the States, but did not have a suggested retail. But it looks fine. Air Jordan 1 High, Marina Blue. All right, now the moment that I've been waiting for, I don't know if you've been waiting for it, but I've definitely been waiting for this. I am not going to open it yet. I want to talk to you about it a little bit first. So this is a shoe that came out in 2009. It was never for purchase. You could never purchase this shoe. There was only a couple ways that you could get it. There was only 1,015 of them made. The most likely way that you could get it was the way that I have it now, in a normal Nike sportswear box. This is the same type of box that the Air Yeezys came in for the most part. Same kind of era. There was a movie, a feature film for kids in 2009. The owner of the production company that made the movie was Phil Knight. Phil Knight, obviously the founder of Nike. The person who was running the movie, the person whose talents sparked the movie, I guess, was his son, Phil Knight's son. I don't remember his name. As part of a promotion for that movie, if you entered something that was in the credits of the movie into the movie's website, then you were entered for a chance to win a pair of these. It's very difficult to get anyone to even try to sell them. But I also want to talk about what I gave up to get them. There are some cons here. For one, this is a used pair. Now, I saw a lot of pictures. He posted this on GOAT, and he also posted this in Tradeblock, and looked pretty clean. Not a whole lot of star loss. There was a little crease on one of the shoes. The upper looked fantastic. The upper was very, very clean, aside from that crease. So I had to decide, how much do I value this shoe? How much do I want to give up for the shoe? Those are the things that you have to decide when you're valuing a trade or a transaction. For anything, but in our case, for sneakers. How much is it worth? How much are you willing to spend on it? How much do you want it? And if you have to get rid of it, can you? How popular is it? What's the tradability of it? What's the sellability of it? I don't think that there's a whole lot of tradability in this pair here, because I don't think a whole lot of this generation of sneakerheads even knows or cares what this is. I'm not being ageist here, I'm just stating a fact. That is fine. There's new sneakerheads and they're into sneakers. I was a new sneakerhead once, and I think that's totally fine. If you look at the history of the transactions on StockX, there is not a whole lot of history selling these. The prices are all over the place. Like I said, there's only 1,015 of these. So 850 were like this. And then there was 100 of the special box ones. Excuse me, what is it? Somebody correct me in the comments, okay? Because I'm just going off of a memory here. I think there's 850 of these. There's 100 with the big buttons. And then there's 50 with the props. And then there's 15 with the wood boxes. Let me know if I'm correct or not. Anyway, let's get into it a little bit. This is the Nike just a Nike Dunk High Coraline. It's a very interesting looking shoe, also, by the way. And now I want to tell you what I gave up for it. The ask for this shoe was my strawberry, these are all DS that I gave up for this used pair. My strawberry coughs, my guava fours, what was the third one? And the light smoke grays. I always like to keep a pair of light smoke grays because they have actually been very successful as an add-on to try to make money work to get a better shoe. University ones and light smoke gray ones so far have done me very well. So strawberry coughs, guava fours, and light smoke gray ones. All DS I gave up for this. So let's see how it is. I got number 2. So in here, crossed off here, is the email. Dear Fred, the original owner, congratulations, you have been selected to receive a prize in the Coraline Nike Dunks giveaway administered by ePrize. This email is a Gmail email from the 13th of March 2009 at 10:06 a.m. So that's cool that that's in here. Okay, and I want to show you this too. This is a card that came with the pair. It has a animated Coraline with her raincoat on in the front. She's actually wearing the Dunks. I did not know that until this very second. And then on the back it says, congratulations on being a winner in the Coraline Nike Dunk giveaway. Enclosed you will find the custom Nike Dunk shoes you want. If you have any prize related questions, please email us, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for playing and enjoy your prize. Leica is the movie studio that made it. And there's the Leica logo right there. All right. Get that one right there for you, and I'll take a look. So the material feels like a burlap. Hand stitched together, different tints of burlap. We have a composite leather swoosh right here. We have the button. If anybody's seen the movie, I didn't really divulge too much into the actual movie because I'm a dad. I've seen it, but I saw it back then too because I like animated movies. The buttons signify there was like another, basically a parallel universe, this kind of evil parallel universe where everyone that Coraline knew were there, but they were acting different and they had buttons for eyes instead of real eyes. So sort of creepy, but still sort of cool that that's there. We have a kind of a greenish brown composite leather behind the flap. Pull tab feels like more premium leather than the rest back here. Oh, it says Nike Zoom. I assume that's just because of the Zoom Air unit on the insole, which I'll get into in a second. Nothing really changed on the back of the tongue tag at all. This is one of those older Nike size tags. You can tell by the font, kind of an older era. That's actually kind of buttery. Well, it's been worn too, but I will say that this, maybe it's just because I felt that Marina before this, but this does feel nice, soft, and buttery on the toe. The midsole is a brown with a greenish tint, I would say, and there is tan stitch going through it. And then we have, wouldn't consider these gum bottoms, obviously, but it's tough for me, a tan outsole. So let's talk about condition here. The burlap upper is positively flawless to me. The burlap part. Swoosh looks great. The collar looks fantastic. The tongue looks good. Obviously, the outsole, since this has been worn, it is showing a little bit of dirt right here, which I can just get off. There's something that looks like it's stained there. But otherwise, wasn't worn very much. Now, if you don't know, now you're gonna know. A great way to tell wear is by the star loss. Call it the star loss. There's stars on the front of the outsole here. And if they look worn down, then that means it's been worn a lot. And I see quite a lot of star there. What say you? Here, let's get that close to you. I see a lot of star there. So I think that's pretty good. Obviously, this has been worn, so we do have a crease here. We have creasing. I'm gonna see if I can get that out with the ironing method. And then I did notice this on the pictures as well. I wanted to see if I can get it off. It's red. I don't know if it's a stain or what, but it's here and here. Hopefully it's not blood. I'm gonna see how I can safely remove this red stuff here. All right, let's get into the insole. These inserts are so soft. Maybe because they're so old. So if I recall correctly, there was a special dress that Coraline wanted to wear for some reason. I can't really remember. I'm trying to go deep into my memory banks. But anyway, I believe that this star pattern is a callback to that dress. And it's quite different here, this outsole, than a typical Nike Dunk outsole. Nike Dunk right now, remember this is not an SB. A Nike Dunk outsole is typically just a piece of foam. So there's a lot more going on here. There's arch support, there's thick foam, and there's also a Zoom Air unit. So that's not something that you would typically see on just a Dunk. You would see that on an SB Dunk for sure. These two extra laces are basically a callback to her hair, if I remember correctly. She had black hair with like blue highlights kinda. So that's very cool as well. And it comes with it's kind of a navy lace. So obviously a fixer-upper, no doubt. But like I said, there's only 1,015 of these in the world, and they could not be purchased. I did not win. I didn't actually know anything about the Dunk until much later, but I am happy to have it in my collection. Now, the drawback here of this kind of trade is something that I do need to address. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to trade these or sell these if I have to for what they are worth. So these might just have to stay in the collection, which I have no problem with. As long as I'm still financially secure the rest of my life, these will stay in my collection. But if ever push came to shove, you know, I don't have a lot of high hopes that I'm actually going to be able to sell these for what they're worth. Because nobody's gonna really know about them. Unless you're an old Dunk head. All right, I'm not even gonna put these back in the box. I'm gonna try right away to start to get to fix that creasing. But in conclusion, oh, I never told you what I traded these for. What a dummy. I know I'll show it on screen in the edit, but I forgot to mention. I traded those Jordan 1 High Bordeaux's plus 20 bucks for these. I hate those. I hate the color of those Bordeaux. I'm glad that they're out of my life. I like this color better. The Bordeaux might be worth more, but I don't care. I like this better. So I got this in a trade for Bordeaux. I had to give up 20 bucks for that, but that's fine with me. And then for the one out of 1,015 Coraline Dunk highs, I gave up DS Strawberry Coughs, DS Union Guava 4s, and DS Light Smoke Gray 1 High. So let me know how I did in the comments below. Anyway, that's it for this week, so peace.